It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Rams, and it's coming up next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Rams. And Gordon, welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out come the Rams down for their first possession. And they're led out by the number 1 overall pick back in 2018, Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
Let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They go play action. Mayfield. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back, a gain of 15. 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the 29, Mayfield. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
3rd play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Mayfield now. Escaping the pressure right. Pass caught. It's Ben Skoranek. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's what really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run, picking up a first down.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that.
Holding.
2nd down.
Offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
There's so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
A give up the middle to Akers. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And some room to maneuver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part. It's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run a draw now with Akers. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Mayfield. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams marching right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Now Mayfield. To the right side, a complete to Jefferson. That'll bring out 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Well, the ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Randy Gregory coming in, dropping for loss at 8. And it also brings up 4. This has been a nice first drive for them, but right there, Charles, sack on 3rd and goal, that's tough.
Yeah, and if you're the head coach and the offensive play caller, if you had any thoughts about going for it on 4th down, it's a much more difficult decision now. Likely kick the field goal, but if you're going to go for it, you better have the perfect play call on your sheet.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. That's from 25 yards out. Gay's kick is good. Now the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. Well, I don't know if they were going for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
After the made field goal, Gabe back out there to kick it off. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And here's Russell Wilson, 11th season in the league. First, of course, with Denver. After a high-profile trade this offseason, saw him dealt from Seattle.
And I think that even after a decade in the NFL, he doesn't get enough credit for not just his consistency, but his brilliant play and leadership as well. He's won a Super Bowl in Seattle. He's led his team to another Super Bowl opportunity also in Seattle. His numbers are always terrific, almost always in the Pro Bowl, and all his team does is win. This guy's a natural leader.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at the 20. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Wilson. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, and a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the Sean McVay, unhappy on the sidelines visibly. He's made the decision to reach for the red flag.
The previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. So on 4th down, the Broncos send Corliss Waitman out to punt. Back deep, Brandon Powell. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So the Rams come back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get their eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Back to it after the pick 6, Mayfield. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting out to the 25.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. This one finding the hands of Brandon Powell. And eventually take it down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the 1st down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. That would complete to Skoranek. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps how a guy can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Mayfield off the play fake. Steps away to his left. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's brought down. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, but sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and is still accurate throwing the football.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. On the move to his left. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. Flush to, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Mayfield looks to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they try to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped him for no gain.
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. They wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. On 1st down, Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. This speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Throwing again on 2nd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete here.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll take the block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing is Wilson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw away.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. but that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Fourth down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return, and they will take over first and 10. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Mayfield on first down. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They'll come up now with the clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first. A give running right is Akers. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a third down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Mayfield. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for the first touchdown this game, partner. That quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that third down snap.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. This is taken around the 12. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver's offense ready to go again. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Washington. 4 yards on the field. Second and 6 at the 24-yard line.
They'll come up second and 6 now from the 24. Wilson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, that the defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunk of yard on first and second down.
Now we get to see the punter, Corliss Waitman. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there, it was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during this series. But what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this to the 32.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We always talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Mayfield. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Making that play behind the line was Justice Simmons. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Mayfield now from the 50. He'll dump this off to Akers. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something to be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Mayfield now. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 37. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And that was going to be off target and incomplete.
Running it back on their heels a little bit here on this drive. But just exhaled just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Mayfield with it once more. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Randy Gregory. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they'll get it back with a point at 7-6. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
After the made field goal, Gabe back out there to kick it off. Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The football going back over to the Denver Broncos.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice? Maybe that's throwing them off. Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 20-yard line. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Murray running right. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
13 yards. 1st down, Broncos.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there at 22.
1st down, Denver.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The all-everything defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, the one who made the play there.
This size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They go with Murray again. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, they didn't get a lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this is going to remain a one-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And the Rams now coming out on the field.
Last time, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely, no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd and 8 coming up. Now a run with Akers.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now Mayfield. Flushed out. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Draymond Jones gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Seven yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So the Broncos coming out now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're not positioned again? I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. To the right side, incomplete to Washington. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Now Wilson. Incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here and get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Aaron with a sack.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing showed for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's Corliss Waitman now. And he didn't quite have the bag spin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Rams ready to go on offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 29, Mayfield. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he gets us up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 catches for him now, and his last one, a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against because you're running away from people on it.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw, Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defense backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. First down, Mayfield. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Denver. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they too did throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Washington now brings this out. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Well, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. So first and 10 here for Wilson and Broncos. Just shy of the 30. Second half starts with a run by Murray.
They always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Murray. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 3rd down, and defensively the Rams have added 2 extra DBs. Throwing is Wilson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
And until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
On the return is Powell. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try to get some points.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring it 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mayfield. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
He sees zone defense. You know you've got a drag route on as your primary call. You've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdowns scored in this game.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Denver's offense now set to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this ride. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Washington's got it. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
To throw is Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked the matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Broncos send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
Here's Powell on the return.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing, Mayfield. Open is Powell. That's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Play fake. Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A 1st down and then some. 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way the flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Got a man, it's Higbee, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Van Jefferson from 3 yards out. And the Rams have taken a lead here this 3rd quarter. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seen that play? Focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Denver.
They'll give up the gut for Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
And brought down there by Taylor Rapp.
Sometimes with the run game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Another run for Murray on second down. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and it's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. Third and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. He probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over first and 10.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game. Trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 25 on second down, Mayfield, his throw incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mayfield to throw it.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a Rams first down and a pickup of 10.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Middle of the field to Jefferson. So given 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing a hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. And again, it's Mayfield. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line. They got 29 yards that time.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 31. Mayfield out. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that's going to go to
I think you can easily follow the thinking there. Pressure on the last play, it got to him. So they decided, let's get him out of there, bootleg him out to the right. Unable to complete the pass downfield, but the thought process, spot on.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Mayfield. That's out to the flat for Akers. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this is off the left upright, and it comes back. It's no good. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit that part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. 10th carry of the game now, Murray. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now Wilson on 1st down.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Rams are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, Mayfield. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Coming up on 2nd and 7. To throw, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Mayfield. That would complete to Skoranek. And he'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. And they will not have time to get another play in here. This time has run out on this 3rd quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, running left is Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to the tight end, Higbee. Touchdown! Tyler Higbee from 17 yards out. And the Rams get an important score there to extend their lead in this 4th quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th-quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos
At their 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
From the 29, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete.
And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football and be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
Now, that is his game, and that's where they're going to ride.
Mayfield looks to throw. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Ben Skoranek
From a yard out.
and the Rams have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. He's got them out to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think we were leading by a heavy margin already. It actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense. And he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
The touchdown. Here's Gay to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Denver's offense now set to go.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. Going with a screen for Murray. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And the setup chop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point. Being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback, trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in and made a terrific play.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Mayfield off the play fake. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. And they're going to get this up to midfield. A free-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to the squad.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Sutton.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up the 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Keep on course.
So for the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The offense on 3rd down, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And the corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss.
He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs.
4th down and the take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
64 yards on the ground for him so far.
And I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy. They practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold them just a couple and force the 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain a first here. They'll try and run for this with Akers.
They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to soak this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front. Say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, down at the 33.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Give him a couple on his scramble in 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Here's a run with Akers on second down.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound him into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Throwing, Mayfield.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, that's a 31-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week offense still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.